My wife didn't invite me to her birthday party. I found out about the party the same way strangers learn secrets, by accident. An open message on her phone, bright balloons on the invitation. My wife's smile plastered on a digital flyer I was never supposed to see. It wasn't the party that cut me open, it was the footnote. Seats reserved for family only. Family. I scrolled down, reading the names. Her parents, her sister, old friends, a list of blood. And me? Absent. As if I had died, as if I was a shadow. That night, her mother passed me in the hallway. She stopped, lips curling. "You weren't invited," she whispered, voice sweet with poison. "We reserved spaces for the real family members only. You're just the husband, not actual blood." She didn't wait for my reply. She stepped outside, phone pressed to her ear, making one call. A smirk lingered. A signal. A game. Hours later, their calls started. One after another. Dozens. Unanswered. I sat in the dark, phone buzzing on the table, and I let it die. The silence was louder than the ringing. At first I told myself it was nothing. Pride. Pettiness. A test of patience. But the story cracked open. Little details spilled out. The birthday dinner was not just a dinner. It was a gathering. A circle I had been carved out of. A circle that laughed without me. And beneath that laughter, something else. The way her eyes avoided mine lately. The way she locked her phone when I walked into the room. The sudden excuses. The coldness dressed as exhaustion. Infidelity is not always seen. Sometimes it's felt, like a vibration beneath the floorboards. You know the house is shaking, but you can't yet find the crack. Her mother's words lingered. Not blood. Just the husband. That wasn't disdain, it was preparation, conditioning, a reminder of my place in their story, a temporary character. I sat awake that night, staring at her sleeping form beside me, the rise and fall of her chest, the faint smile in her dreams, and I wondered, who was she dreaming of? I didn't confront her. That's what they expected. The wounded man. The begging husband, the storm of questions. I stayed quiet, calculated. Her birthday came. She dressed carefully, perfume heavy in the air. "Just dinner with family," she said casually. I kissed her cheek, told her to enjoy herself, my voice steady, my hands calm. The moment the door closed, I started. Phone records. Bank statements. Digital footprints are sloppy things. People forget how much they reveal. Late-night calls. An unfamiliar number. Frequent. Too frequent. A hotel transaction, hidden between groceries. Messages erased, but the gaps spoke louder than words. Every click deepened the silence in me. Not rage, not sorrow, just clarity. I ordered a test kit. DNA. It sat in my drawer like a loaded gun. I waited, watched, collected. One strand of her hair from the bathroom floor. One toothbrush she didn't notice missing. Weeks passed. I played my role. Loving, supportive, silent. She smiled more, believing the storm had passed. But storms don't pass. They circle. They bide. The envelope arrived on a Thursday, white, plain, ordinary. Inside, the truth. Numbers that stripped away every illusion. The child she called ours, my son, was not mine. Blood told the story her lips never did. Blood revealed what her eyes had hidden. That evening, I placed the report on the kitchen table, folded neatly. She walked in, humming, carrying groceries. She froze when she saw it. "What's this?" Her voice trembled. I said nothing. She opened it, read. Her knees buckled slightly, but she caught herself. Eyes darted to me, wide, desperate. I can explain." I raised one hand. Silence. Her explanation wasn't needed. The numbers had spoken. Tears came. Pleas followed. Her voice cracked, but mine stayed still. "I know," I said finally. Nothing more. Just those 2 words. The calm in my voice hurt her more than anger ever could. I didn't scream. I didn't curse. I didn't give her the war she wanted, the chaos she could use against me. Instead, I picked up my phone. I called her mother. "She's all yours," I said simply, then placed the phone beside the open report. The color drained from her face. Betrayal tastes bitter when it's mirrored back at you. She lunged forward, trying to grab the report, but I slid it away. "Copies exist," I murmured. "You can't erase blood." Her tears turned frantic. She begged, hands shaking. Promises spilled out, empty, frantic, hollow. I walked past her, collected my coat, and opened the door. The house was silent except for her sobs. They followed me down the hallway, echoing like ghosts. But I didn't look back. People think the worst pain is betrayal. They're wrong. The worst pain is realizing you don't feel pain anymore. By the time I stepped outside, I was emptied, hollow, clean. The night air was sharp, cold against my face. For the first time in months, I breathed without weight. Wasn't her husband anymore. I wasn't their shadow. I wasn't the outsider they mocked. I was free. Behind me, walls crumbled. Ahead, silence stretched. And in that silence, clarity. I walked away without hesitation, without regret, without pity. Because some truths don't break you. They cut you clean. And when the blade is sharp enough, you don't bleed.